G'day, welcome to Timothy's Toy Therapy. I don't know if I got any more energy than that, but today we are going to be possibly continuing the reroot, but also watching and reacting to Gypsy's video on her channel, Broken Dolly TV, about Would You Rather's questions are on Would You Rather. Can you tell that this is not my morning? Would you rather doll edition, doll collector edition? So yeah, I gotta jump into that. Um, so what did we do? Oh, hello, Blue Ranger. Welcome. I just saw your comment, by the way. Wow, you'll have Gypsy and myself talking because we're gonna be doing Gypsy's questions. Feel free to join in as well with the would you rathers. Like when we do one, the questions, by the way, are in my description down the bottom, so you can I took them off Gypsy's description. Yeah, and also the link to her video is in my description as well. I have watched part of it, and I was like, "Oh, this is too good," and I told her that I will do a reaction because she's given permission to do a reaction, and that's what we'll do. So yeah. Um, I've got display capture. I've got. I think I can hide. I don't think we'll do a reroute today. I don't feel like it. I might, but first well, maybe I can prepare some hair. But I don't know. I think I'll be pretty much focused on Gypsy's video. So let's minimize me and hope that this will work. I don't know why the screen looks like that, but okay. Here she is in all her glory. All right. Hopefully we won't get ads as well. I also need to get me channel ready on my phone so that I can see comments. Oh, the internet's being a bum today. Just what I need. Mm-mm. Okay, well, that's good that she's on the screen. Uh, last one of the day. Just before we start, if you haven't liked this video yet, please give it a like. I don't know why I keep looking at the corner here. The camera's up here. Please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And be prepared to wipe away because I want your answers. Right. We're good. Let's go. So, hopefully the sound works. Let me know right away. Okay. Oh, is it too loud?
I believe that I have
It was
over
beautiful singing,
15,000
Gypsy.
subscribers over here. I asked you guys to help me to reach 15K.
Can you hear it? Can hear it. Okay. There we go.
And I would have a special treat for you once we did. We're actually a little bit. I believe that I have over over 15,000 subscribers over here. I asked you guys to help me to reach 15K, and I would have a special treat for you once we did. We're actually a little bit past 15K, so as promised, because I am a man of my word, I'm doing what I told you guys I was gonna do, which is a face reveal. That's right. Finally, you guys get to see what I really look like. So tell me in the comments, does my face match my voice? Are you surprised to find out that I'm black?
Bruh.
Well, joke's on you because I'm only half black. But for reals, my name is Gypsy. This is Broken Dolly TV, and today
Love you,
we're gonna
Gypsy.
play a fun
Congratulations,
little game that I
too.
have been saving to do for my 15,000 subscriber video. I have severe ADHD that somehow tries to coexist with my autistic hyperfocus mindset. I
Me
couldn't
too.
make up my mind about what to do for a 15K special, which is why I didn't announce to you guys exactly what I was planning to do. So what I decided was, don't make a decision, just do all of it. So I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of different 15K special videos coming to celebrate with you guys, and we're halfway to 16K, so let's see how quick we can get to 20K. I know there's another 4,000 pretty people out here that love dolls. So feel free to share this video with your friends on your social media networks. If you are a content creator, you absolutely have my permission to react to whatever you want over here or reference the channel in any way that you see fit. Plug yourselves in the comment section if you would like as well. Today we're gonna play Would You Rather, okay? So I have 15 questions that I'm going to be answering concerning my Barbie doll collection.
Oh,
But I want
exciting.
you to play along by answering the questions yourselves in the comments.
The best part about this is I watched part of this video yesterday, and I've forgotten what the questions are already. I think I remember one, but I couldn't tell you the question off the top of my head.
As you hear me giving my responses. Of course, you don't have to answer every single one, but if you hear one that is interesting to you, then leave me your response. If you want the full list of questions, I have it right in the description box. Feel free to copy and paste it wherever you want so that if you need the questions to make your own video, you can do so, and hopefully you'll tag me so I can come and look at the video that you post. By no means you have to answer all of them, of course. You can just pick the ones that you want to answer, but I thought this would be fun if we all kind of did it together. So the reason why I wanted to try this was to see how much of us actually think alike as doll collectors, or if we're totally unique in the way that we collect. So I did post one of these questions in my community post section, so I'll share that one with you when we get to that question. So here we go with number 1. Would you rather have unlimited space for your Barbie collection but a limited budget, or an unlimited budget but barely any storage space? I guess this would depend on how much the actual budget is. What is the limit to the limited budget? Is it $10? I don't know if I can work with that. I think I would say I'd rather have an unlimited budget but barely any storage space, as painstaking as that sounds. But the reason why is because I already experienced what it's like to have a big collection in a very small space, and it was torture. But I think I learned from that experience that I don't need to have all of my dolls out on display. I think when I had under 100 dolls, I was definitely on a mission to be able to visually see my entire collection. So I was always making space for another doll to be added to the shelf. But when you only have 100 dolls or less, that's more feasible. It's not so overwhelming. By the time I was leaving the state of Washington, where I last lived, the space that I had to work with there was occupied by at least 300 dolls actively in my collection. So I'm not counting rejects, floating heads, dolls that I need to
Love
work
seeing
on.
her collection.
Just the dolls that I consider display ready. About 300 dolls, and there was no way in hell I was gonna fit 300 dolls on display in that space, and I didn't. But that didn't make me want to not add dolls, and I still was buying dolls that I guess you would consider very pricey dolls. Some of my Grail dolls that I spent a lot of money on, I acquired while living there. Based on that experience, and also the opposite, before I lived there, like I said, I had a huge house with lots of space to display my dolls, and I was on a mission to pull every single one out of the box to display them all at once. But I had less dolls then. So just based on those experiences, I'm gonna say that I would rather have an unlimited budget. Sky's the limit for which doll I could buy. You know what dolls I would get Every Grail doll would be like in my collection. I'd be okay with barely having any storage space because I don't have a need to see all of my dolls
Hello,
at one time. But
Vanessa.
of course, this also counts my space to display the doll because that's part of the storage and to hold the dolls in storage. So I'd have to like stack the dolls on top of each other this way rather than having them spread out this way, if that makes sense. I don't know. I would have to get creative with it, but I think I could do it. And
Okay, so for me, yes, I would choose to have an unlimited budget, um, which doesn't mean I would have to buy a lot of dolls. So, um, like this year, uh, the plan is to only buy 3. I don't know how that's gonna go, but, um, I guess, availability for me will also factor into it. But yeah, I think having an unlimited budget to buy the dolls that I really want and add them to my collection, the space doesn't matter because I can make some space for them. Um, but having the room and a very limited budget, I don't think I could do that. I've been through that. Although I did that last year because I didn't have a very good budget last year. I didn't have very much room either. Um, so there were dolls that I just had to not get. I don't know. I think I'd go with unlimited budget. Hey, Ali. Yeah, I agree. Unlimited budget. Yeah, let's continue.
And having an unlimited budget for dolls that you could add to your collection doesn't necessarily mean that you'll have lots of dolls. I've become more
Mm,
picky about what dolls that I will add to my collection. So even if I
exactly.
had an unlimited budget, I wouldn't buy like every Fashionistas doll because I don't want them. Question number 2. Would you rather?
Yeah, Blue Ranger, I agree. I get annoyed with the lack of space, but I do have containers that have got some of my dolls in, and I don't like it, but it's okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't have them because I have tried to look at my collection and go, I don't want this doll anymore. But actually, each doll I've got, I don't want to part with. Some of them I have parted with. I've parted with some. Um, and that was to make room for more that I like more. But yeah, I think it does having the limited space does make it uh it does give you a way to get rid of more or not get rid of but move some on to make room for others that you really want. And I think in doing that, you end up having space for the dolls that you like the most. Um, yeah, I don't mind that. I've got plenty of space, to be honest, actually. I think I just signaled myself. Did I? I don't know. I got plenty of space, but the thing is, visibility. I want to see my dolls. I don't think I just turned it on. All right. Vanessa says unlimited budget for me, meaning lots of money. I cut my three G3 collection down a lot over the last month. Yeah, I definitely limit myself on what I get. Like last year, I wanted some Draculoras, and they've got their own shelf, but some of my other dolls have actually taken over that shelf a little bit, but it is a dedicated space for those Draculoras. And I do want a Draculora one day for customization, but it's not super on my list, right? Like, if I find her in a thrift store or something like that, that's like $4, I might get her. But not go and buy a new one just to change her up. Um, yeah. Vanessa says, right now, I'll just loving my customization Barbie dolls. I just dropped a new video today. I don't know. Customize club member 59 Barbie doll explaining the way I cannot get it. Yeah. I really like the uh style by design. Stupid name, by the way. Um, Bill Greening design. Steffi, I love her makeup. I don't love her hair. And I love her outfit. It will be about $200 for me to get her. I don't get paid for another week, so she may be gone by the time I even get an opportunity to order her. But I have put her on my list of 3 dolls or Barbies this year. Um, so yeah, we will see. Blue Ranger has 3 homeless Dracula dolls in his sale closet. Whatever will I do with them, I wonder. What are you gonna do with them? Are you gonna send them to me? Oh my god. Please try and sell them. I I have no idea how to reroute a Monster High doll yet. I think I had a dream. Oh my god, I had a dream about rerouting factory style. And there was a machine, and you just put the hair on this thing. It was like a ponytail of hair. I think we were all in the dream. Anyway, and then it like automatically plugs the hair. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I have no idea. Oh, hello, Jasmine. Hello, Mikey. Oh, God. Okay. Let's get on to the second one and keep commenting. Tell me what you would do. Would you rather have the limited space and unlimited budget, or unlimited space and limited budget? All right. Either way, I think you get the dolls that you really want. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Like, you're almost cutting out the clutter by either choice that you make, in a way. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to save up for the doll that you really want, or you have to make space for the doll that you really want. All right. Question number 2. Um, let's let Gypsy read it out. Would you rather only collect dolls that are brand new in bulk, or collect secondhand dolls with unknown history? Oh, would you rather only collect dolls that are brand new in bulk, or only collect secondhand dolls with unknown history?
Only collect dolls that are brand new in box, so every doll you add to your collection has to be factory sealed, or only collect secondhand dolls with unknown history. These dolls might come with messy hair, missing accessories, or unknown past owners. You also could find some rare gems at great prices. Bruh. This one for me, unfortunately, is a little bit of a no brainer. Though I, of course, would love to have so many dolls that are new in box. If I could only have them and have them sealed in boxes and I could never take them out, I don't know that I would want to do that. The fun for me in doll collecting is taking them out of the boxes and maneuvering them, customizing them, touching them, posing them. They just feel so trapped when I look at the dolls in the box. I feel like I can't breathe. Of course, most of the dolls that I like are modern dolls, so that would be very challenging for me to cope with, but secondhand doll doesn't mean that it has to be new in the box, and it doesn't mean that it can't be a modern doll. Like, I found all kinds of dolls on eBay that would be considered secondhand, and they weren't sealed inside the boxes when I bought them, but they were still in good condition. Technically new, they just weren't in sealed boxes. So if I could get my hands on the dolls that I want, even if they were out of the box, secondhand, I'd be okay with that. That's what I would pick.
Okay. So, is the question saying that you have to keep the dolls in the box? I don't. uh, Okay, so let's go. Um, I've gotten a lot of secondhand dolls, and most of my collection actually is secondhand dolls. Um, and I love them so much. Uh, a lot of my Tiffany's are secondhand, and I have had fun fixing them up and all of that. My first Tiffany was not secondhand though. Um, but then I've got a lot of dolls that aren't secondhand. So what would I rather? Because some collector dolls are harder to get secondhand. Although, if is the question asking, um, let's see. Would you rather only collect dolls that are brand new in box? Yeah. Would I rather have my dolls on display in box, or would I rather buy second-hand dolls with unknown? If the doll looks good, okay, we'll go with that. If the doll looks good, the second-hand one, if it's in good condition, like not chipped off noses and things like that, then yeah, I'll collect it. That's my answer. Let's see what everyone else says. Harley says, sorry, I don't know why I'm doing a really terrible attempt at an American accent, but I am. Now I'm going British. Secondhand doll, repaired shot. Blue Ranger says, I don't do secondhand unless it's from another collector. I don't want something a child has played with. I understand that, but for me, um, it's almost like rescuing them and giving them a second chance. Few of my Tiffany's have come from terrible origins, and I will continue to save Tiffany's. There is a Tiffany that is online. At the moment, she is on Marketplace that I have to buy a whole bunch of other dolls with. But I was looking at it the other day going, would I use this as accessory? And I'm like, yeah, I think I would. So is it worth the amount that I can't remember. I think it's that they're offering $50 something for it for the lot. Um, and there's a couple of dresses in there. There's another, there's an outfit, um, that I would like to get for someone, that's in there as well. So that I've got options. Um, Blue Ranger says, I don't care how rare or vintage something is. I unbox almost all of my dolls. So, Blue Ranger, if you're not allowed to unbox, what would you do? If your choice was you have the new dolls stay in box or only collect the secondhand, oh my god, now it's going to follow me. Is it? I don't know. I don't know what my camera's doing. What would you do? Vanessa says, me, I'm not an in-box collector. My Barbie dolls are all out of the box because if you leave it in the box too long, eventually it starts breaking down. Very fragile and disintegrating, like the rubber bands. Yeah, I understand all that. I'm definitely an out-of-box collector, but I do have some dolls in box, mainly because I don't want dust to destroy them. Uh, in my house, it's very dusty, and a lot of my dolls, I freak out over the amount of dust that they collect in this room. Um, yeah. Blue Ranger says, I literally just bought a secondhand Ariel doll that looks like she got caught in a hurricane, but I just want her body to replace the one that's broken. Oh, if I don't unbox, uh, sell it, or I have to display it in the box. And like Vanessa said, the rubber rots away eventually. Yeah, very, very, very true. All right. Shall we continue, my dears? Oh, she's got the questions here. Sweet.
Question number 3. Would you rather have to sell?
So, should we listen to Gypsy's responses and then if she does that again, the 3 and 4 together, we can answer them? I don't know. What do you think? Or do you like the way we're doing it now? Anyway, this question is, would you rather have to sell your entire current collection and start over or never be able to buy another Barbie again? I got my answer.
Sell your entire current collection and start over, or never be able to buy another Barbie again? Oh my god. This is like the worst question to ask any doll collector, but okay, this is hypothetical. Sell my current collection and start over. Yikes, that's hard because there's so many Grail dolls that I haven't added to my collection yet, and so many on my wish list that I haven't added to my collection yet. There's a difference. Like the Barbie Basics dolls, I want the whole first wave for sure. But if I stopped collecting right now, then I will never get those dolls. Oh my gosh. This is actually a real dilemma that I've been sort of like skirting around, but not really putting too much thought into, because I'm kind of telling them I'll worry about it when the time comes, is the notion of if I was to move to another country, what would I do? Like, I would obviously take all my dolls with me, but then when newer dolls come out, I wouldn't necessarily be able to get my hands on a lot of the dolls that I have access to now because I live in America. And that is a very scary question that I don't know how to process, so I try to stay away from thinking about it as much as I can. But my family is contemplating moving to another country, so it's just
Where are
something
you
that's always
planning
like
on
playing in the
moving
back of
to,
my mind. And
Gypsy,
this
if you're in the
question
chat?
kind of makes me think on that level.
I know
Sell my
Gypsy will watch
entire
it, so
collection
can
and
you
start
comment
over
and tell
again?
us?
Dang. No. I wouldn't sell my entire collection because there's so many dolls in my collection that are very like sentimental dolls that I want to pass
Exactly.
down to my kids, and I can't imagine not having them in my collection. And I have sold dolls previously that I thought that either I would be able to replace or I'd be okay letting go, and then afterwards I completely regretted it. And I've had times when my collection was just lost to me for various reasons. And to this day, I'm still traumatized by that experience and very regretful. If I found out somebody had like a bag of my lost dolls that just ended up in their home for some reason, like they found it all at a thrift shop or something, I would try to buy it all back. Based on that, I would say no, I would not sell my entire collection. If it meant I could not add any more dolls to my current collection, I would have to just deal with it and really enjoy and customize my existing collection to make it feel fresh and new each time. It's such a scary thought to think I could never add another doll. But one of you guys, I think it was Blake Gildafish, said that you stopped collecting dolls, like, and you're just getting like accessories and stuff for your dolls now. What? Like, I can't even imagine saying that out loud. Are you sure? Are you sure you stopped collecting? I can't even believe it. Like, what do you consider not collecting
I
anymore?
love this.
I just can't believe it. He's saying that he don't buy no more new dolls, but I can't. How you do that? You're just done? How? Like, I don't get it. Number 4.
Okay. Yeah, like what you guys are saying, it's really easy. Um, I wouldn't I wouldn't buy any more dolls. My collection is too precious to me. A lot of it is gifts from people that I care about. I've got my massive grail, my ultimate, right? My ultimate grail dolls, the Phantom of the Opera gift set, which I asked for money for my 38th birthday. Yeah, 38th birthday. I asked for money from everyone so that I could transfer it over to Ethan so that he could buy it on eBay to get it to me. And it cost about $400 dollars. I'm not sure American. I think it was Australian, 400 Australian. And Ethan's like, you sure you want this? And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. I didn't care about the price. I saw it years ago and I was like, oh my God, I need this. And I would not sell my collection. I would not sell it um, because it's too precious. And all the Tiffany's I've got, like, why would I go and sell them? Um, the thing that does come to my mind though is what Gypsy's saying about having lost her collection in the past. Um, if there was a fire or uh, my collection was stolen, anything like that, I don't know how I would recover, to be honest. Like I think about in a fire, like if a fire starts in this house or something like that, what will I do? What would I try to save? And that's a very scary thought. Um, and not long ago, maybe later last year or early this year, um, a guy in my state, I think it was a guy, someone in my state had their entire Barbie collection stolen from their house. Um, like a lot, a lot of money's worth of dolls, and that's just uh scary, you know, really, really crazy to think about having your entire Barbie collection stolen. So, what's everyone saying here? Jasmine says they're probably moving to Korea. Okay, here's Blue Rangers. Oh, this is easy. I'm already not buying any more Barbies. I have enough. The only ones I got recently are the collector's ones. I skipped like Ocean King and Dia de Mortis can. Hmm. Yeah. So what about other dolls? Like any dolls? Um, Vanessa says I would not sell my collection of Barbie dolls. Harley says I'll have to pass on new ones. Blue Ranger says, I'd sell most of my Barbies if I had to be honest. I have a few that would go last, but Barbie is not my priority. Jasmine says your new girls are on their way tomorrow. Whose new girls? My new girls? Oh my god, how exciting. Vanessa says my ultimate grail goals was Silkstone Barbie dolls, which I have in my collection, my Silkstone Barbie dolls. Uh, the other Mikey says, I wonder who the Mikey is. If you're the other Mikey, who is Mikey number one? Anyway, he says, my hoarder tendencies doesn't want me to let go of any dolls. Yeah. Does that mean any dolls as in just the dolls that you own, or any dolls as in future dolls that you may own as well? Um, Blue Ranger and Ali first. LOL, Mikey. Blue Ranger, Mikey, you just gotta rip the band-aid off. Mikey, hee hee hee. Ali laughs with sweat dripping down her face, and then Jasmine, yes. All right, let's continue.
Would you rather only be able to collect dolls with stiff bodies or only be able to collect dolls that are missing their original outfits?
Did you get that? Okay, let's continue. Write your comments in the comment below and see where we go.
Okay, so if all my dolls have stiff bodies, they come in their original clothes, or I can get articulated dolls, but they won't have any of their original clothes. I would pick that one because I don't need their original clothes. All of my dolls, every single last one of them, are stripped from their original clothing defaults. That's just the way that I collect. So for me, not having their original clothes would be no problem. If they were all naked, it wouldn't matter. As long as they have the ability to move, that would compensate for not having the clothes for me. Because not only do I take my dolls out of their original clothes, I also body swap every single one of them onto articulated bodies if they don't already come that way. So that one's easy. I'm shocked that one of these questions is easy.
Okay, so that one, yeah, I would pick articulation over the clothing because I think it would actually force me to just make outfits. And also the clothes that they come with when you get them might just be better than their original outfits. A lot of people buy a Barbie for their face, not for their fashion, and some people buy a Barbie for their fashion and not their face. So, it goes two ways. Um, so Blue Ranger says, yikes, and then goes, okay, so since I buy Monster High, if they don't have the original clothes, it's not easy to, yeah, that's a very rude thing. So it's not easy for everyone. I think it's easy for Barbie, but characters like Monster High and Rainbow High, it's very hard to restyle them when there's no fashion packs and things like that. Um, you could go on Etsy and buy from Haunt Couture. I think that's the name of them, something like that. Um, and get some really spicy outfits for them though. Vanessa says, I've lost quite a few Barbie dolls and dolls in the past when I've moved in the house. So uh, I've lost quite lots of Barbies. Yeah, they're fun. Harley says, number 4, two little hearts. Articulated 100%. Yep, articulated 100%. Like the doll that I'm playing with right now, I've just been playing with her. She's not on her original body. She's on a uh, original. She's on an original body, but she's not on her original body. And she doesn't have her original hair. I'm probably going to chop her hair off and then give her probably the same color, but longer. Anyway, um, her fashion's like long gone, you know. Yeah, so shall we continue, my dears? Barbie's GBF just posted a story on Instagram. This is fun.
Number 5. Would you rather give up buying dolls for an entire year or give up restyling and customizing dolls for an entire year?
Easy.
What? For the next year, if I buy a doll, that means I cannot do any customizing to her.
Hang on.
Entire year. Or give up restyling and customizing dolls for an entire year. What? For the next year, if I buy a doll, that means I cannot do any customizing to her. Or if I want to be able to customize my dolls, then I can't buy any new ones for a year. I would rather give up restyling and customizing dolls for an entire year. Why? Because all the dolls that I currently have in my collection are already customized. For the most part, I've already restyled and customized them. Yeah, this is a weird question though. Like, what do you mean by restyling? Do you mean like change the hairstyle? Change the clothes? Something as minimal as that? Just like a new hairstyle? Is that considered restyling? So they have to stay exactly the way they came in box, like my Dia de Muertos dolls that are still in the boxes. That doesn't sound very fun to me, but because it's only for a year, it's only a temporary amount of time, I would hold off on restyling my dolls if it meant I could continue collecting for the next year, because there's gonna be so many dolls that I'm gonna want in the next year that I'd rather have in my collection even if I can't style them until the year's over, versus they need to ask these questions like, for 10,000 bucks, would you rather? Because that's kind of how I'm thinking about it in my head. Like, what am I getting out of this? Yeah, for me, I think that it would be a lot easier to go longer, not adding customization to my dolls and just not adding any new dolls. I could hold off on the customizing. I'm gonna be okay. It's only temporary. But if I miss a doll that I could have got just so I can pop somebody's head onto another body, I'd be like, what? That's whack. Okay, this one's a little tricky. Number 6.
All right. I would and have kind of, so this is kind of easy because it's like, well, all these dolls are coming out this year that I haven't bought. Um, and I'm actually doing that in a way. Um, I don't know if gifts are cheating. Let's not bring them into it. Um, well, I'm not buying any new dolls at the moment. So I've been customizing my dolls and enjoying my dolls a lot more. So the ones that I've already bought from the past that I haven't customized yet, um, or had the motivation to, I'm doing now and I'm enjoying it. So having a year of not buying is fine. Like, and the other thing is you don't know what the availability will be of a doll next year. So if you don't buy a doll that you really want this year, it could still be there next year or the year after. A really good example is my Raquel doll that I bought, the Baker Raquel, with the pink hair. She is so readily available 3 years later, you know, and I only just customized her. I bought her and I was already going to reroot her hair pink. So I think restart. I will go without buying any new dolls for a year over not customizing for a year. Although I've done both in a way. I enjoy customizing what I've already got. All right, what's everyone say here? Um, Ali says articulated 100%. Does that hang on? What was the question? Oh, that was the last one. Never mind. Um, Vanessa says, I would love to have mates move Barbie bodies People can customize my Barbie dolls. The Barbie dolls clothes. It's not that good anymore. Yeah. Yeah. The clothes that Barbies come with aren't that great, are they? Some are. They just, they cost. Ali says number 5, giving up restyling for a year. Wow. Wow. I would, I, I can see why, because it'd be like, um, missing out on some exclusives like the style by design, uh, Go Girl. But yeah, it's very difficult for me. Uh, um, the other Mikey says same, but same to Ali or same to me? Um, Vanessa says that's very difficult for me because I love customizing my Barbies. I could not do it for a whole year. Yeah, so are you with not buying any new Barbies for a year? I'm for not buying any new Barbies. I think that was the question, wasn't it? 5. 5. Would you rather give up buying dolls? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Number 6. Would you rather own an ultra rare Barbie prototype that nobody knows exists or own a mass produced Barbie that is your personal grail?
Would you rather own an
Same to
ultra
Ali.
rare
Okay.
Barbie prototype that nobody knows exists or own a mass
On that note about the customizing, some people don't customize their dolls as much as other people. So, um, if you're like, I'm buying uh this Andra looks doll and keeping her as she is instead of changing her, that makes sense. So I guess it comes down to what type of collector you are, which is great. Right. Um,
produced Barbie that is your personal holy grail. So when you say nobody knows it exists, then that means like I'm just gonna interpret it like this. That means no one can know that I have this doll. Like it's a prototype, it's secret, and no one's allowed to know about it, and only I see this doll, but she's super exclusive. Versus a mass-produced Barbie that's my own personal holy grail doll. I'm gonna have to go with the mass-produced holy grail doll because I do
same.
already have a bunch of dolls on my grail list that I want that are mass-produced dolls. And if somebody was to say to me like, yo, I got this beautiful doll that is a one of a kind, but you can't tell nobody about it. Okay, you can't tell no pictures, you can't post it no place. It's a big top secret, you want it? And I could pick between that doll and one of my holy grail dolls that are mass-produced dolls. I think I would just pick the mass-produced because the
Yep.
one of a kind dope doll exclusive would not have been on my radar like that. So like I never would have knew what I missed, and nobody else knows that I'm missing it because I can't tell nobody about the doll anyway. Not that I care. I don't care if people know what dolls I have. I think I have dolls in my collection that I've never posted one picture of anywhere. Like nobody knows I have the doll, but I just like the doll. So that's what I mean. Like unless that doll is like so special, when I see it, I just fall in love with it, which is not a guarantee. I know for sure I love the dolls that are on my grail list, and I would just be so like happy to have them in my collection. So I think that's the option I would probably go with. But with this question, I don't think there's a wrong answer because I mean, can you go wrong with a one of a kind doll that's so fly? Even if it's a big secret and no one can set eyes on it, I mean, it's a little bit of a shame because dolls are meant to be admired, and like I'm the only person that's allowed to know what this doll looks like.
Yeah, I will go with the Holy Grail doll, mass produced Holy Grail. Because it's like if they mass produced a Celine Dion doll, like an official Celine Dion, I would much rather that than. Although if I got a one of a kind prototype Celine Dion doll and I couldn't share her with the world, I'm okay with that too. It depends. Like, it's like if this doll is only ever going to be a prototype and it's actually a holy grail doll of yours, then are you going to go with that, but never share her with anyone? Then I'll go that way. But I think I would go mass produced Holy Grail doll because then you're getting her and others get her as well. So yeah, it's like that. But like, okay, so everyone wanted the Kylie Minogue doll last year. Last year or the year before? Which year did they release that? I think it was last year with the Shania Twain. One of kind that they gave to Kylie and Shania. That was amazing. And if that, so I would have loved that doll in my collection. But we're getting a mass-produced Kylie Minogue, and I could make that doll. So yeah, it's like that. That's a hard one for me as well because I'm always going to buy Barbie doll. All right, let's continue. I think that was pretty easy. Hang on. I would love to see who owns a prototype of Barbie Life in the Dream House Midge. Oh yeah. Like imagine if you got the prototype of that one. Would you rather the prototype Life in the Dream House Midge, like the black and white one, or your Holy Grail mass produced doll? That's my question to you. I oh shit, what time? I've got to put it up against never having a Celine Dion doll or never having the black and white mid. Mhm. Or never having a Michelle Pfeiffer, Selena Kyle Barbie doll made to move with the ballerina body but made to move version. Or live I would want the Holy Grail. Okay. We worked that one out. Let's go.
Alright, number 7. Would you rather unbox and restyle a vintage collector Barbie, like a 1959 original number 1 Barbie, the very first Barbie ever made with her iconic black and white striped swimsuit and arched eyebrows? Or keep a Playline Barbie in box forever?
Hang on. Would you rather and restyle a vintage collector Barbie or keep a Playline Barbie in box?
Like the LA Girls fashionista skipper? No. I don't want to keep no Barbies in a box forever, okay? If it means that my super rare, ultra exclusive vintage doll comes out of the box, I will be okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. She doesn't have to be in the box. I probably would take her out anyway. So that's my answer. Numero 8.
Okay. What would you do? I would. I don't know because it's like, well, those dolls have been played with anyway, most likely. Number one, Barbie. Um, I wouldn't change her if she was like fresh out of new in box, whatever. Um, so I guess I'd just keep a play line in the box. Yeah, I'll just keep a play line. I've got Life in the Dream House Midge in box. That is play line. She ain't coming out. Uh, I was going to take her out, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I was like, she looks too good in the box anyway, and she'll just get dust on her and all of that. I enjoy seeing her in her box, you know. So, and it's got a big head. She doesn't fit my collection, you know. Anyway, would you rather have a dream Barbie collaboration with your favorite celebrity, or have Mattel release a doll based on?
Would you
This
rather
is it.
have a
It's so
dream
easy.
Barbie
Oh, hang on. Comments. Unbox vintage, says Michael. Unbox and restyle a vintage doll. um, Blue Ranger says it's so number one. Barbie is so valuable. Would change your life. I would not do anything with that except sell it. Yeah. The oldest dolls I have are from the early 90s, so I don't know what to do with like an original Barbie or first edition Ken or something. I actually have an original Ken. He's not flocked, so I don't know how original he is, but he's old. Um, and he just sits on my shelf with with Barbie and Ellen and soon to be Midge, because I've got Midge now as well. Um, if I had a new inbox one, I'd probably just take the cardboard um, lid and put it behind, like plant them together, and then display him in the box like that. Anyway, Mattel released. Ali says Mattel released doll based on me. Mikey says collaboration because I get to meet a celebrity and spend time with them. I have no 30 grand phone number one. I don't have 30 grand phone number one. Phone number one Barbie doll. Oh, you would sell her? Mattel already made dolls based on my favorite celebrity. Yeah. So for me, we have to hear Gypsy's answer. Um, my dream collaboration is Celine Dion or Michelle Pfeiffer. So that hasn't happened. Do I want Mattel to release a doll based on me over me getting a Celine Dion or Michelle Pfeiffer doll? I kind of want a Celine Dion or Michelle Pfeiffer doll. Like I made a Celine Dion doll, but I've made two actually in the past. But I feel like I'd want a Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh my god! And meeting them, meeting Michelle Pfeiffer or Celine Dion, and working with them on this, I would die. I would die. I'd be totally for it. I would love to meet either of those women. So I guess I will go with collaboration. Um, Lee says yes, more diversity. Um, Blue Ranger says a collector Spears doll would be cool though. Like a proper release in the likes of Alaya, Leah. Sorry, we pronounce words differently. We pronounce sounds differently here in Australia to America. So, uh, like for example, Tara, Tara, in America is terror, which is like terrifying, but she's Tara in Australia. So if I get the mispronunciation wrong, then there you go. Oh, Blue Ranger has that 18-inch tall Catwoman action figure based on Michelle Pfeiffer. Very jealous. Very, very, very jealous. I would love Michelle Pfeiffer Barbie based on Batman Returns, either in her winter coat outside when she's looking at herself going, "What are you doing?" Or when she descends the stars looking for her. I would love that one. That Michelle Pfeiffer is everything to me. She's like my top celebrity um actress. And she sings. She sings. Okay, so that's our answer. Let's see what Gypsy's answer is.
Collaboration with your favorite celebrity or have Mattel release a doll based on you? Both very interesting choices. I would pick one of each if I could. I probably would rather have the doll that's based on me. Why? Because as we see with Miss Aaliyah over here, Barbie does immaculate work on dolls that are made to the likeness of real people when they feel like it. So I would want to capture myself as a doll, but not because I'm a narcissist, but because all of us who are doll collectors, I shouldn't say all of us, but a lot of us who are collectors have a mini me. There's always that perfect sculpt that you're looking for that is going to be the closest resemblance to your.
Hello, first last. Welcome. We are reacting to Broken Dolly TV's Would You Rather game, Barbie Collector Edition. Gypsy has allowed um, everyone to react and respond and do video collabs on it and everything. So that's what we're doing today. I I told Gypsy I'm going to do it. Sorry.
Self.
Oh, there we go. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're at question 9-ish, I think. I'm not sure. Question 8? Question 8. We're at question 8. So, yes. Um, that's what we're doing. So Vanessa says, I wish Mattel is, yeah, Amy Winehouse would be amazing. Yeah. I don't know about you, Miss Kitty, but I feel so much yummier. Yes. Love it. I would love an Amy Winehouse doll too. My brother would love one. All right, shall we continue?
That you identify as yourself shrunken down into doll form. I've gone through, I want to say, 2 mini-me so far. If I found a doll that was based on me, obviously, then my search would be over. Like, there would never be no more upgrades needed because this doll already got my face. So that's what I would go with versus a collab with a celebrity, meaning like you could work with somebody who's famous to create a doll with them or maybe have a doll designed by them or something like that. But that doesn't interest me because I'm not a celebrity junkie. Like, I don't really care about celebrities. A celebrity is not special to me because you're a celebrity. You're just another person like I am who just happens to be very well known for whatever talent or whatever it is that you have, which a lot of people who aren't celebrities also have. So you're not special. You're just another person. So in my mind, that's not really enough of a reasoning to forego having a doll of myself. But I would be honored to have someone like Carla Noera design the doll for me that is based on myself. Does he count as a celebrity? In a way, you're kind of getting the best of both worlds because if Mattel's gonna make a doll of you, one of their top-notch designers obviously have to work with you to create the doll because I don't know what I'm doing. So if I could pick which designer, I would probably pick Carlisle because he's so good at making Blasian dolls and like doing the SketchUps for it, and he would just capture me, I think, perfectly. But I'm reading too much into the question here, okay?
Wow. So Mattel did make Fiero, and though he's not an exact match for me, he is a white guy with a nose, and I beard on him. He's kind of got my hairstyle, kind of got my eyes, kind of got my brows. So he was pretty easy, and I don't think it would be too different from him. Maybe a bit of a more hook on the nose, um, and an overbite. That would be kind of it. So I don't think I don't think I need a official Timothy Howson Barbie Ken thing. Um, First, last, ask me how the weather is in Coburg North. Uh, it's all right. How do you know where I live? Have I said that before? Um, I want Monster High to make a doll based on me. I want to be a Franken or a vampire. They call Frankens. That's funny. All right, let's go. I I really do want a cat, a Catwoman Barbie with made to move articulation, but ballerina uh birthday wishes ballerina ballet wishes ballet wishes articulation, but turned into made to move, like slim uh slimline articulation. Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Number 9. Would you rather only be allowed to collect dolls that have fantasy hair colors or only collect dolls that have traditional hair colors like brown, black,
I can't remember. Ethan, don't dox me.
blonde, and such? This one's
Hang
a
on, we
would you
need to start
rather
this again.
only be allowed to collect dolls that have fantasy hair colors or only collect dolls that have traditional hair colors like brown, black, blonde, and such? This one's a real hard one. Probably the hardest question I've had to answer so far. All fantasy or all? Obviously, I'm gonna pick natural hair colors. What? For me, this one is too easy, okay? No, I don't care about all the kooky hair colors. I don't need greens and blues and purples and oranges in my doll's hair color. I don't care. I don't care. If you give me the usual browns and black, blonde, redheads, I'm fine with that, especially because we can mix those tones together with highlights and lowlights and different combinations of ombre hair colorings and different styles like that to make it more like spruced. I don't necessarily need hot pink. Honestly, a lot of my dolls are half fantasy hairstyles. I only like them because of their faces. If they didn't come with those hair colors, I wouldn't give a damn. Like this purple haired one right back here, that is a Kira face sculpt, or a Nico for some of you. She's a fashionistas doll with the dreaded polypropylene purple hair. Now her very light pastel hair color is beautiful. I love it. But that's not why I wanted that doll. I wanted her because I thought she had a cute face and I liked her outfit that she came with. So that's really the whole appeal of that doll. If I could get that doll rerooted with better saran hair quality, if the color ended up being a natural hair color, it wouldn't bother me at all. I wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm missing out on her purple hair. And no, I don't care. I'm not in the mood to be rerooting her, so it is what it is. Number 10. Would
That's great. I love it. Um, the question, I would go with natural hair. Um, I don't want all my dolls to have fantasy hair, but um, if I buy a doll, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to stay the hair color that it is. Because I've been rerouting, I can just reroute it to a different hair color if I want. So I would just go with natural, to be honest. But if the doll, but if they only had dolls that were coming out with fantasy hair, it's the same thing. I would do it the other way, but I would probably go with natural hair first. And then if I want it to have fantasy hair, I'll reroute it. Yeah, that's how I would go. Blue Ranger says fantasy all day. The other Mikey says collect traditional hair. Uh, Carly also says traditional colors. Blue Ranger says, but they can't use poly by that Japanese saran, just like the rest of us. Yeah. Yeah. That's the other thing. Polypropylene's out of the question. It has to be saran or really good nylon. Um, yeah. All right. First, last, huh? I don't know what to say anymore about first, last. If you're not Ethan, I'm sorry. If you are Ethan, why just sign in as Barbie's GBF? Um, number 10. Would you rather be able to customize and create your own perfect Barbie from scratch, or own every single Barbie fashion pack ever? Easy.
Would you rather be able to customize and create your own perfect Barbie from scratch or own every single Barbie fashion pack ever released? Oh my gosh. That's a lot of fashion packs, bro. Customize and create your own perfect Barbie from scratch. Again, this is a little bit like the question about if I would rather have my own mini me or just work with a celebrity. So, do I want every fashion pack ever made by Mattel? I mean, that's a lot. My dolls would probably never need new clothes. Or that one perfect doll from scratch. I'm gonna pick the perfect doll. Although it's very tempting to own every like fashion pack ever released, I already have a whole lot of fashion packs here. 85% of the clothes I have I don't use. The reason is because my taste in fashions have drastically changed since I started collecting, and I just don't have the sensory capability of dealing with all the stimuli and the prints and the colors that Mattel's clothes are made with. Also, some of the fashions themselves, like the style, the design of the clothes, are not to my liking. They look
Gypsy, I'm
like
loving your
something like a
styling.
cartoon character would wear. They just don't feel very realistic. And my taste in my dolls' fashions is very geared towards realistic looking things that people in real life would probably wear. A lot of my clothing stash is useless, honestly. I just bought some dye so I can see if I can have my son help me to dye a lot of the clothing that have all these crazy prints on them, because the colors are they just hurt my eyes. So for me, it's not that tempting to add every single fashion pack that has ever been created. Because of it, maybe 10% is something that I would actually end up using. The rest would just probably end up in a garbage pile. So so that's not as tempting for me as having a doll that is like the perfect doll. Like if I could customize her exactly the way that I want, that would be so much fun and so meaningful, and that doll would have such a high place in my like most special tier of dolls. And I can always, just buy the fashion packs. They don't cost that much. The specific fashion packs that I want to dress that doll with or create clothing from scratch, there's handmade clothing. There's so many more options with clothing other than what Mattel makes that I feel like, yeah, I'd rather have the doll than the clothes.
I agree. I agree. I'd rather the doll than the clothing because um we're not taking into consideration, well, we're not getting all the clothing ever made. It's just the fashion packs, and the fashion packs aren't always the most amazing. things out there. Maybe like the next top model ones and the Tim Gunn fashion pack, the looks fashion packs, that stuff, not looks, basics fashion packs were pretty good. Things like that. But I would rather my perfect doll, which to be honest, the way I dress Tiffany is almost creating my perfect doll. Like I dress her to be my my perfect doll. So try and find pieces that look amazing on her. But it wouldn't just be one outfit. I would have to make multiple outfits for her because I'd get bored of just having her in one look. If it was a me doll, definitely. Okay, if we're going with Ken, I would definitely do that. I would definitely make my perfect Ken doll because Ken sucks with his fashion. Um, yeah, but Barbie, I'd, I'd probably still make my own perfect doll. What are you guys saying? Ali says customize and create my own perfect Barbie from scratch. Blue Ranger says the vast majority of fashion packs are ugly. Yeah, customizing is much more rewarding. I agree. Uh, the other Mikey says own all the fashion packs and be like, frankly, Francie style. Oh, it's interesting how we're all very diverse here. Vanessa says, uh, she's picked customized Barbie that looks like me. Yeah. So I think we're all mostly saying, uh, like, create perfect doll. In the comments, if you're watching this um, on replay, please comment and tell me what you think. Also, like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already as well while we're looking at number 9 and 10. So next is 11, I believe. Let's go.
Centrum for Women is
Oh
an easy
no,
daily
not an
habit that
ad.
supports busy life. Every day deserves.
Oh no, not another ad. I know clean. Okay, here we go.
So here is the one that I posted in my community post to see what you guys thought about this question. Number 11, would you rather wake up to find that one of your dolls came to life or suddenly be able to shrink down and hang out in your Barbie dream house? But if you could shrink down into the dream house, the dolls cannot come to life. So I think I would rather wake up to find that my dolls were alive than to shrink down into their size. Some of you guys who answered this question in my post, about 54% of you guys said that you would rather find that your dolls came to life than to shrink into. So it was like, kind of in the middle, right? Like half of you guys said this and half of you guys said that. Very interesting. The people who elaborated, so one person, Blue Ranger, said, would the dolls be
Ooh,
able to
Blue
remember
Ranger.
the
You got
things
a
I've done to?
Oh my god. You got a shout out. Let's go back.
Said this and have you guys said that. Very interesting. The people who elaborated, so one person, Blue Ranger, said, would the dolls be able to remember the things I've done to them if they could come to life? Which I thought was a very good question. Does that change things? If they come to life, are they going to start like questioning me? Are they going to be like, What's with all these holes you stuck in my ear? But at the same time, I kind of feel like, but they're still plastic. So even though they'd have consciousness, maybe they can't feel all the things that we did to them. Or would your doll be like, I never wanted articulation. Like, can you put me back on my original body, bro? Then what? And then another person, Ruby Gemstone, they said, what if your doll's personality isn't actually the personality you assigned to them? Like, they came to life, but then what if they're nothing like what we thought the doll would be like? Is that worth it? These are really good questions. I guess when I think about it, I think I'd rather still have the doll come to life than me go into the dollhouse and I'm just there with them. Because even if their personality isn't anything like what I assigned to them, I would be very interested to see what they are like. Like, for example, when you have children, in your head, you're telling yourself, oh, this kid's gonna grow up to be a master artist. I'm gonna teach it 7 languages. Like, you have all these thoughts and plans and ideas for your kids. But then they come out and then they develop and then you get to know them and you're like, you're nothing like I thought you were gonna be. But I still love you. You know, like, look at all these dolls I amassed thinking I was gonna pass them down to my daughter. I wanted a daughter so bad because I thought she was gonna be interested in dolls. My daughter has no interest whatsoever in dolls, ever, at all. She don't care. She don't like them. I was never having to like guard my dolls from my daughter because I thought she was going to like mess them up when she was a little girl. She just had no interest. Whereas with my son, he had a lot more interest in my dolls than my daughter when he was little. We used to like play dolls together. He would help me create room boxes. He was very like artistic, so he was always trying to like make stuff for the dolls. We had a blast like creating and crafting together when he was a kid and we would play dolls. But with my daughter, no. Does that mean I like either one of them better or worse than the other? No, they're nothing like how I envisioned they would be when they were born, but I still like the people who they are. I find them interesting, learning new things about my kids. Like, since when you didn't like eating mushrooms? I've been feeding you mushrooms your whole life. What are you talking about? You know? So I think I would probably look at my dolls the same way
God,
if they
Ali.
came to life. I would find it very charming and quirky that they have their own interests and ideas and feelings, even if it's very different than the way I envisioned that they might be. Like this one here, Griselda, who was a gift from Cutie Erica. She's an Integrity Toys doll. Based on how she looks, I always think of her as a very snooty person who just can't be bothered. Like, just don't bother her with little trivial things because she don't got the time for it. But what if she came to life and it turned out she was like the sweetest, nicest, kindest, most compassionate person that ever walked the earth? Truly, I would be shocked. I think this is a hard question. Number 12.
Okay. So much to mention. Way to go getting a shout out to Ringo. That was awesome. Um, Blue Ranger says it's always so funny to me how the ads have an Australian accent. It's normal for me, but we do get American ones too. Um, the other Mikey wants to shrink and hang out with his dolls, like that episode when Barbie and Raquel shrink to miniature, and they're in Chelsea's dream house, and Raquel sees He-Man. Oh, so funny. Um, I love that episode. And then Blue Ranger says there's so many different layers to this question. First of all, do the dolls become full-size humans or do they stay the same size as dolls when they come to life? The way I see it is they stay the same size, like small soldiers. Um, Ali says Barbie Lena come to life. That'd be cool. Which one? Um, Blue Ranger says, "Oh my god." Ali says, "Ooh." Um, Ali says, "Can you imagine White Christie coming to life and she remembers all you've said?" And then Jasmine posts, "OMG, no, LOL." And then lots of White Christie faces. That would be a very interesting situation. and Ali's going to have a nightmare now. I I wonder if all of them come to life, and if they come to life with the storylines that I've made, then it will be wild because we'll have Tiffany, um, who is former emo or goth. Actually, she's not emo. And her enemies, May and Millie Style, and all sorts of things. And I would like to send all of my dolls, uh, if they came to life, to my old workplace, Crown, and wreak havoc on my old workplace. That's what I'd do. No. Yeah, that's what I would. What's the other option? Oh, shrink down? Nah. What's the point? Like, they can't interact with me. I'd rather them just come to life. If they came to life size, oh my god, I could take Tiffany shopping. Yes. Okay,
Would you
what's this
rather?
question? Number 12. Would you rather find your holy grail, thrift store for $5, or win an unlimited shopping spree at the Barbie signature store for 5 minutes? Ew. Would all your Tiffany's come to life as the same person? Yes. Have you watched Cult of Chucky? It'd be like that. Be too weird for me for my dolls to come to life. 2 words for me: live in Barbie dream. It's not for me. I let my Barbie dolls as they're just plastic. Yeah. I would definitely make them come to life. Um, or would they all have unique personalities? They would all. They would all be Tiffany, and they would go about their day as Tiffany. Like, actually, oh, it's a really interesting concept. There's a new Robert Pattinson movie coming out, something 17, and it's kind of like that. Also, it's kind of like meeting your doppelganger. Oh, actually, do you know who I would love a ken of? James McAvoy, because we're very similar, very similar. Like, I'm not similar to Jonathan Bailey, but James McAvoy, very similar. Anyway, it's besides the point. Yeah, Tiffany, all my Tiffany's um will all be the same. Um, Number 12, unlimited shopping spree at. Oh, hang on. So for me, if we let's do this before Gypsy has her response. Um, Find my Grail doll at thrift store for $5. Um, if okay, so one of my Grail dolls is the I call her what's she? That girl. I don't know if I can say the word on here. The Shruti, that girl who's got her face all done up, or the Shruti Catwoman. Um, so those two, if I found them at a thrift store for $5, I would die. I would die. Um, Unlimited shopping spree at a Mattel signature store. I was thinking online because it's like really hard to buy dolls. There's lots of things to take into consideration here. You need to check their faces for wonky eyes, and cracked lips and stuff like that. You need to look at their outfits, make sure they're perfect and not so crappy. And you've got to do that with all of the ones that you want to buy. You have 5 minutes to select the dolls you want. So are you just gonna drop them all into your cart? Like, like in the ads where you've got the kids that are going through a cereal or chip aisle and they're just knocking them all into the cart, or and then you get to like just take them home and then decide which one you like the most. Um, are they all together? Are you just knocking all the signature dolls into the cart? That's my question. Um, and then hoping that you get a good one. Hard question. If that's the situation, would I want any of the dolls, the signature dolls that are out right now, over a Shruti Catwoman or a Shruti Batgirl? $5. Considering they're about, well, the one I've seen is 300. I'd go $5. I'd go Shruti Batgirl or Shruti Catwoman for $5. Yeah, that's my choice. What's everyone else saying here? Unlimited shopping spree at Mattel Signature. Unlimited shopping spree seems tempting, but what are you? What are we shopping the current selection, or can I go back and buy any Barbie Signature from Mattel's catalog? It would be nice to find a 30th anniversary Ariel for $5. What? Oh my God! Finding that haunted beauty vampire for $5. Oh, it's definitely got to be thrift store. I'm sorry, but like finding anything like that for $5, it's such a yes. Because I think we're going to have to go with it's the current signature Barbies. So I definitely think I'd go with that. Let's see what Gypsy says.
Either find your holy grail at a thrift store for only $5 or win an unlimited shopping spree at the Barbie Signature store for 5 minutes. $5 versus 5 minutes. Bro, what are you doing to me? Oh my goodness. Okay, how do you answer this one? 5 minutes to shop for everything I want. No price limit. This is actually a harder question to answer than you would think. Well, here's the thing. Your holy grail doll at a thrift store doesn't necessarily mean that the doll is out of your reach because it's so expensive. It could just be that they are discontinued, so they're not even available to buy anymore. But I can't think of what doll is on my holy grail list that is so unattainable that I wouldn't be able to just buy the doll somewhere when I had enough money to splurge on it, versus 5 minutes in the Barbie Signature shop, and I can already think of a handful of dolls that I would get if I could just pull them off the shelves and I had 5 minutes to decide. The only problem with this 5 minutes is 5 minutes really enough time? I mean, gosh, because I want to compare the faces. I would be getting neurotic in there, like, I gotta make sure it doesn't have a wonky eye. Hold on, wait, I need a couple more minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that would really be the challenge for me, not deciding which dolls I want to add. And I already kind of know off the top of my head which dolls I would pick. How big is this shop? Because How quickly would 5 minutes be eaten up if I had to go aisle after aisle after aisle, looking down the aisles, trying to find the right dolls that I want to add, because I don't want everything. I want specific dolls, you know? So that's another question that pops into my head and trying to answer this one. But honestly, I mean, if I just had to make a quick decision, I would say take me to the store. Just give me the 5 minutes. Because a Grail doll,
Mm.
I'm okay spending a little bit more on those dolls, even if I can't find it for $5. Because I've already like resolved my mind to have to spend the money on those dolls. Whereas with an unlimited check to Barbie Signature Shop, bruh, I'm good. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pick the ones that I want, you know?
So I get what she's saying about the availability, but also like a $5 Grail doll, like as you said, Ali, Haunted Beauty Vampire, showing up at a thrift store for $5, I would pick that up right away. Um, I would be very careless in the signature store if I chose that because I would just be knocking everything into the cart. I'd have two carts either side. I used to work as a trolley collector, so I'd have two of them next to each other, and I would be dumping everything in as much as I could. I would not be thinking about what I was grabbing because I'd be thinking about their faces as well. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, thrifting. Unlimited shopping for Barbie dolls because I'm not too sure if you can get a Barbie doll Holy Grail. Oh, well, that's the thing, Vanessa. Like, it's a certainty that you will find the Holy Grail for $5 in a thrift store. A certainty that your Holy Grail doll is there. Or unlimited shopping, but 5 minutes to do it. I feel like I would go Holy Grail at a thrift store. $5. That saves you so much money. You can just go and shop on Mattel Creations or whatever and risk the I wonk later. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, so now let's go on to number 13, which asks, would you rather only be able to buy dolls with amazing articulation but terrible facial screenings, or dolls with stunning faces but with unposable stiff bodies? Both sound like a nightmare. Pretty faces but stiff bodies versus fugly faces and articulation. Oh Lord, I don't want to pick either one. I don't want either. Well, here's the thing. Let's weigh this, okay? Maybe you would pick the terrible faces but articulated bodies if, like me, you are somewhat familiar with customizing your dolls and there's a chance that you could salvage those faces by actually repainting them. And with some dolls, you don't have to do a full repaint. You can just give them some touch-ups. And that could work, especially if they're not pixel faces. I've been seeing some dolls that have very pretty screenings, but just because they're pixelated, I don't be wanting the doll. I mean, what exactly does that mean, terrible faces? Does that mean they're like ugly? I doubt that. No, I shouldn't say that because I have seen some ugly dolls. Let's just say it's Mattel. Mattel doesn't generally make ugly dolls. They just make a lot of plain Janes when they don't put that much effort into the doll screening. So is that what you're saying when you say that their faces are terrible? Or like, are they wonky terrible? You know, faces that are just slapped on there like the dollar store dolls, barely any work done to them and no symmetry. It's just
UV
so
resin.
many things that could be wrong with the face that it's like, could I salvage this face as long as the articulation is good? Or have beautiful faces, no problem whatsoever, but you are stiff as a board. Ugh, I can't even imagine having like a whole collection of dolls that are stiff as a board. Before all of this articulation was so readily available, you kind of only had a choice of getting the 5-point articulation fashionista style bodies for the most part anyway. That didn't stop me from adding dolls to my collection at the time. I did used to have at some point a bunch of stiff bodies. Based on that, I guess I'll go with the pretty faces with no articulation. I don't know, it just feels wrong saying this. Like, it just feels like I'm BSing. Like, now that I've been spoiled by articulation, I don't want to go without it, you know? That's why I did before, because we didn't have the option. Now that I've experienced having dolls that have joints, I'm like, what? How could I not, you know? I don't know. Would I go through the trouble of fixing their faces up just to have the articulation in my collection? Okay, so far this one is the hardest question for me to reason and like pick one or the other. Just both answers feel so wrong. Yeah, you know what? Knowing my personality, I think I would probably deal with the so-so faces and try to fix them than to just settle for no articulation, because I'm already spoiled. You know? It is what it is.
Okay. I would pick the stunning face over a crappy face. Because if you're picking the crappy face, you're buying the doll for a body donor at the end of the day. Like, that doll's going to lose her body to someone else later down the track. Or something like that. I would pick stunning face because half of my dolls just stand there and they're on made to move bodies, but they just stand there. They don't pose themselves. So I guess, I mean, look at Andra. Yeah, she looks stunning. She's got boob cleavage, like massive, bloody hot in this outfit, on this body. And she's rocking it, and it's not a horrible body, to be honest. So if we're talking made to moves, then sure, we'll go. Yeah, I mean model muse. Model muse, yeah. Um, fashionista, possibly. Yeah, I would rather a stunning face over articulation. Ali says stunning face. Blue Ranger says there are people who only like 5 points of articulation. Exactly. Exactly. And actually, before I even heard of um uh made to move bodies, Tiffany was fashionista. I didn't like that she couldn't put the phone to her ear or anything like that. It was very annoying. Um and I saw the old fashionista articulated body and I did that. That was good. And then I saw the made to move body and I'm like, oh, they're a bit ugly. And then I saw the potential of posability and then I was like hooked on it. But if they're just standing there, then why not just go with um 5 points or whatever? Yes, for some outfits, model muse is perfect, like a gown. Yeah, exactly. I've got actually a lot of my gowns are in the old fashionista Ziploc bags, and they're being modeled like mannequins with no freaking Barbie head. I don't know why the logic isn't there. Um, in these bags, in the the gowns on the bodies with no heads. It's weird. I don't know. Oh, anyway, let's go on. Oh, another ad. Cold power. Jeez, how annoying. That's a grotty kid. Are we back? We're back.
All right, number 14. Would you rather have every doll you owned displayed perfectly with unlimited space, or have every single doll accessory ever made but no way to display them due to space limitations? So by accessory, this question is saying like the doll houses, the cars, the clothes, like everything that comes with, the furniture packs that comes with Barbie dolls. Would you rather have all of those but have like no place to put them, or would you rather have all the space you can possibly need to display
This is easy.
what you already have in your collection
It's a
as
gross.
far
I
as your
know.
dolls are concerned? I would rather have the unlimited space so I can
Yeah.
perfectly display all of my dolls. If I
Yep.
could perfectly display all of my dolls and not sacrifice the space, I absolutely would right now. I don't even have like a lot of accessories to go with my dolls. I've downsized that part of my collection years ago when I moved to this smaller place that I lived in Washington, so I don't anymore have like my KidCraft dollhouse. I don't have shelving that I use as like rooms to display my dolls in. I don't have cars, boats, campers, like furnitures and sets. I don't have none of that stuff. I don't have my cool kitchen set, my Gloria set, and all of the stuff that I used to have when I had a bigger place where I could display the dolls at. But not having those things hasn't made me feel that sense of like regret and emptiness that I have when I downsize my actual dolls in my collection because I'm trying to save space. Like I always say, I'm not really a doll collector, you guys. I'm not in denial. I'm serious. I'm not a doll collector. I am a face collector. If I could just have a house full of people with the most beautiful faces living with me and like they never wanted to leave, I would do that. I don't know if that's illegal. Like, I'm not saying, oh, it's straight up abduct you. But if you voluntarily was like, yeah, I'll come live in your house. I don't gotta pay rent. I can just live there for free and you just look at me every day and let you do my hair. Like, I would do that. If there was a person that would let me do that, bruh, I don't need these dolls. I don't need these dolls. But I can't do that in real life because it's like
Yes.
weird. Like, who would do that? You know what I mean? So yeah, so I have to settle for these plastic people that I can't quite interact with the way that I would like to. The plus side is my dolls don't get creeped out when I'm just staring at them and I'm like, wow, you're so pretty. You're really pretty. Do you know you're pretty? You're pretty. I love that you're so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Like, they don't get creeped out by that. But a human probably would. Leave it in the comments if you wouldn't be creeped out by me.
I would be creeped out. What was the question? Accessories. Yeah, I would go with unlimited space to display my dolls because at the end of the day, that's what I fight for. And my accessories are all in tubs and shit. And I've got one car here. I've got two cars over there, and then one car up here. Um, I wouldn't get rid of those cars, but I have tried actually to get rid of one of my Ferraris. Um, but I've got two Barbie Ferraris, uh, Jaguar, which is like my ultimate car is on that side. And I've got the Barbie movie Corvette as well. So yeah, they're the only cars I want, to be honest. Oh, I mean, I'm sure there's another one out there, but they're the only ones that I do have the remote control car. So yeah. Um, but as I was saying, they're that's it. They're all the cars I'm getting, and even they are too much for me. Accessories, I would love to make my little apartment diorama work. I think I'm gonna have to take it apart because I need some storage space for all my accessories. I should actually try and sell some of my accessories. off because I don't use them at all. Yeah. All right. What's people saying? Blue Ranger said kids are gross. Jasmine said, yes, I agree, Blue. I also do agree. Um, Vanessa says, because I did pick up what my Holy Grail dolls, she cost me £2 in a charter shop, and I still got the bug. Awesome. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, my niece and my sister got me a Batman from a garage sale type thing, and gave it to me. And my niece got she's 6. She got her saliva and wiped it on the Batman. And I'm like, that's disgusting. And I I've left him out of my room. I haven't watched him yet. Um, he's not in my room until I wash him because of that. Also, he's from a garage sale and he needs a wash. All right. I like the first one. Lol, Jasmine. And it says if it's 2 million Barbie doll made to move, Millie face. Yeah, right. If it's 2 million Millies on a made to move body, what are you gonna do? That's such a good point. Uh, Ali says first choice. I don't care for accessories. And Vanessa says, I'm not into Barbie accessories. Don't have the room for it. I want more space for my Barbie dolls. Exactly. Exactly. But I'm not getting rid of my cars. So I would love a diorama apartment for my dolls, which I do have. It's currently got my big tub of Barbie clothes sitting sitting in it because I don't know where to put the tub, and I'm struggling with my room right now. Let's continue.
Me reminding you daily how pretty you are. Oh, Lord. That being said, I want to look at all my pretty faces that I have collected over the years.
Totally forgot about Gypsy wanting to have people with pretty faces live in her house so she can stare at them. I That's so funny. That's so funny. All right, let's go on.
And this is why, if I had a way to display all of my dolls in my most perfect ideal display arrangement, yeah, I would do that. And just because of the way I'm thinking in my head how I want it to go, that would mean that my house would probably be 3 times bigger than it actually is right now, which I ain't complaining about because I love me a big house and I need me a lot of space. I'm a very claustrophobic person. Inadvertently, my unlimited display space would just come with a big house, and why would I not want to do that? Versus you gave me every single kind of doll accessory ever made, but I ain't got no place to put it because of space limitations. Been there, done that, no fun. I don't want to do that again. And that was not even with every accessory ever made. That was just with the existing collection I got right now. This one is probably a really hard one for a lot of you guys listening. Like, your heart's gonna be beating fast. Number 15. Would you rather find out that Barbie is permanently discontinued after this year? So 2025 dolls, this batch of dolls is the last of it. 2026 Barbie, who? What? Where? Nope, just part of history now. Or you have to get rid of half of your collection to keep the brand alive. Ooh, they said half the collection, okay? 50%. For some of us, that's like $10. For some of us, that's like 500, and for some of us, that's like 1,000. Huh. Barbie never makes another doll after 2025. That's the end of it. But I get to keep all the dolls I already have in my existing collection. Or Barbie says, we can continue, but only if you guys get rid of half your collections. You've got to donate them back to the company so we
Oh,
can recycle the plastic.
ew.
Well, I'm going to say that Mattel will be receiving a donation from this collector, and I'm going to tell you why. Though I absolutely love my existing collection, yes, I do need to downsize. Like right now, in this moment, I do have a lot of dolls that I need to get rid of and cycle through so that I can make room in my collection for more dolls. So since I'm already in that mindset of which dolls do I need to get rid of, I probably would do that. The only thing is though, I'm not giving up the bodies. So a lot of the dolls, it would just be their heads, or I'd have to put them back onto the stiff bodies that they came with in order to sell them or donate them and like make it make sense. So this is why I haven't actually purged through my collection yet, because that's so much work. But if I had the patience to actually sit down and do it, and that was gonna save the company from discontinuing, then yeah, I'd absolutely do that. I would still be picking the half that I really love the most to stay in the collection, right? So the dolls that I would let go of are the ones that I can live without. Now, I don't know if that is literally 50%. I probably have like 20% of my dolls right now that I would probably be able to get rid of without my heart like beating too fast. If I had to come up with another 30%, I think I probably could justify it because there are some sculpts that I have way too many of. Too many Mbilis. I don't know if I need all of these. So yeah, I probably would have to narrow it down to maybe my favorite 2 or 3 of each of those sculpts that I have too many of. If you have too many of a certain head sculpt, it's probably not that rare. So if the company continues, then you can probably just add them back into your collection later. So that's kind of how I would justify that.
Right. Um, Barbie discontinues. It's kind of like how like Blue Ranger's not buying any Barbies, right? So it's kind of like discontinuing from buying Barbies. So if you're already trying to limit the amount that you're buying, um, Mattel's making it easy for you to stand by that because they're cutting you off. Um, after this year, I think the dolls that are coming out potentially could be a good point to end, if you know what I mean. Like, we've got this Steffi coming out. She's got a beautiful outfit. Don't know if it was actually made by AI or what, like the pattern. Um, that kind of thing's harder to know. But I think this one looks pretty good. We've got 45th anniversary Black Barbie, which is stunning. Um, potentially the Yellow Submarine will be nice. I think Barbie could end on a high note this year. So there's that. Um, 65, 66 years of Barbie. It's pretty good. 66 years. Um, that's like the reign of a queen. And then you get to keep all your dolls that you love, that you've worked for. Um, or let's face it, most of us have a tub of dolls we don't want anymore that are like fashion pack donators and stuff like that. Like you bought them for the fashion, or you bought them in a big lot of dolls from Marketplace or something like that. So you could donate those back to Mattel and pretend it's part of your collection. It's just your stored collection. You could donate the bodies that you've removed heads from and put millies on. So, like all of that kind of thing you could do. All your made to move sacrifices, like um, a bunch of Nesses that I've got, or Tiffany. You could donate all of them. Um, if Barbie said, if Mattel said Barbie's ending this year or at the end of this year, I would scrap my uh $3 limit and just buy it up, I think. And then, well, buy what I want, but you know, I would get enough to purchase. Would it not be like Toys R Us closing? I absolutely missed that part of history, by the way. Toys R Us closing. The last time I went to Toys R Us was with my niece and nephew, and we were looking for Lego for my nephew. I think that was the last time. It would have been nice. Actually, was that? Or was it when I bought a Barbie? No, I bought a Barbie at Toys R Us in 2012. No, going with my niece and nephew was 2013. So yeah. Um, hmm. I think I would be okay. I think I'd survive. It's kind of like how I'm already trying to just customize what I've got and enjoy what I've got and make for what I've got. A lot of the questions come down to the same kind of thing, really. It's, are you happy with your collection, or would you give it up for more? And I think I would just be happy with my collection. That's what I'm trying to be this year, is be happy with it. So yeah, let's continue. What do you guys say? Oh, hang on. I can't remember if I've read. Oh, hello, Nikki Litter. Um, Blue Ranger says discontinue by Barbara. Um, by Barbie. Carly says I would donate my fashionistas and millies. Exactly. Stiff bodies. Um, Carly says some of my fashionistas. Yeah. Blue Ranger says it's like when Rainbow High rebranded, it gave me a reason to just stop buying them, which helped because I was buying them a lot. Yeah. Vanessa says Mattel always going to make Barbie dolls. It'll be very sad that Mattel stops making Barbies. And what will I get rid of is merely face mold. Yeah. Yeah. Like, for sure, if you rebody, you can get rid of the bodies, but will Mattel know and say, no, you need to get rid of your good collection, not your rejection collection. Yeah. But hopefully they would just accept the body swapped dolls. Yeah, anyway, let's continue. We're at the end. Oh god, it's 2 o'clock. Another ad? Really?
Life has a new home, new season, now streaming exclusively on
Great
BritBox.
box.
Don't miss the brand new season of
Oh,
Full
come
Week
on.
Life, only on BritBox, the ultimate.
Show me that. Listen, Pulsar. Sasquatch. Skip. Okay.
So
I
I
hope I don't
can't
get
wait to see
copyrighted for
which
any
of
of this.
these questions you guys answered. I was honestly shocked that the hardest question for me to answer had to do with articulation versus face screenings, because it really makes me like kind of come to terms with how much the two coincide in my mind as far as like the perfect doll, being able to pose them and also having pretty faces to look at. Now, we're all different kinds of collectors that hang out over here. You might be very casually collecting or a very serious collector. You know, some of us, Barbies are like our primary dolls in our collection. That's like the first top tier dolls that we have. And then we dabble in this and that and other things. And then for some of us, we're like major Rainbow High, Monster High collectors, all the fantasy dolls. And then we here and there, like maybe a vintage, maybe a cute modern, maybe a little collectible doll here and there of Barbies will add to our collection to kind of like spice it up a little bit. And some of us are avid Integrity Toys collectors. So your answers to some of these questions might be very different than mine. For me, because Barbie is the main thing that I collect, it's a huge influence in why I answer the questions the way that I did. What I would love to do is highlight some of you guys' answers in a future video. Maybe I can collect them and then we can go over them together. That would be pretty fun. Another thing I would love to do is do a part 2 to this video, but with viewer submitted would you rather questions. So if you have a would you rather scenario that you want featured in an upcoming video like this, leave it in the comment section so I can add yours to the list. And if you're not doing so already, you should be subscribed to this channel because I do post questions and like polls over in my post area. I really love to hear what you guys are thinking and feedback from you. So far, I've done a few of those already. You can scroll through and see which ones I've done if you want to answer them. The more people participate in the polls, the better idea we'll have of how we are collectively thinking over here. So what were the hardest questions for you to answer? Drop it in the comments and let me know if anything I said actually surprised you. This is Broken Dolly TV and I am Gypsy. Thank you so much for watching.
Hi,
I hope you
Gypsy.
had fun with me and I'll see you in a future video. Thank you again for 15K subs. Help me get to 20,000 by sharing this channel with your friends. Stop lurking, just subscribe. It's
Yeah.
free. You don't lose anything. I'll see you in the
Yeah.
next one. Adios. Have a dolly day.
Bye, Gypsy. Thank you, Gypsy. Congratulations, Gypsy. Let me maximize. Wow, that was so fun. I enjoyed that. Um, look at my little Tiffany's and mini Morpheuses behind me. Aren't they so cute? Stop lurking and subscribe. Yeah, totally. I love Gypsy. Her videos have been fun to watch for the last few years, and I just like how real she is and stuff. And I love what she does. Um, very friendly, etc. Approachable. Um, yeah, so we didn't do any reroot today, so I'm gonna have to change the title for those who join after. Um, but thank you for watching. I really enjoyed it. Hope you did too. If you haven't liked the video yet, please do like it. Subscribe if you haven't. Stop lurking. Um, and in the comments, let me know what you think of the questions. Answer some as well. Go check out Gypsy. I have the link to her original video in the description here. Follow her on, I mean, as if you're not already, but if you're not, follow on Instagram and YouTube, um, and get her to 20K. Get me to 1,000. Like seriously. Uh, no, but yeah, Broken Dolly TV is a channel name and stuff, and yeah, fun times. If you want to become a member, you can. A YouTube member, Burger Lover. I do like mem posts and stuff, surveys and things like that. There was one that I did. That was for everyone. Let me have a look here at it. And that was for my Carl Doll's hair parting. Let's see what people said. I got 10. Um, let me shrink it again. There we go. We got 10 votes. You can still vote because this is going to be up until he's actually completely rooted, except for the part. But she needs. I need a decision on whether I'm going to give her a side part or a middle part, like she already has. Originally she has a middle part, but I'm kind of feeling the side part a little bit. Um, but I want everyone's opinion. So let me know as we continue. Can I pin this? No, I can't. I want to know more. Let me know, guys, which one you prefer. Um, that'll be open until until we're done. Also, yesterday we talked about Jack the Ripper and who I think is, and this is a really good documentary about Lechmere, the person that I think was. And I actually went down a huge rabbit hole. That's why I'm late today, I think, because I didn't go to bed till about 3 o'clock. I think I was watching Jack the Ripper stuff till 2 o'clock. Then I had to stop because my window was open and it was creeping me the fuck out. And then I had to calm myself down. So I was watching reels on Instagram for a while. And then I finally decided I could make it to my bed. Um, and then as I was laying in bed, I could hear my blind whacking against the board. So let me just tell you, when I say that I had a phobia of Jack the Ripper as a child, it has continued into adulthood. Um, yeah, so I had to stop watching that, and but anyway, this is really good um documentary. There is another one. I don't know if you guys are interested. I'm just letting you know. It's another one. You'll see my history here. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's something. The House of Lechmere is another one. It's interesting, but I don't know. We'll see. He's a bit weird, a bit quirky. Another video I liked. Oh my god, see? Lechmere. This one was a bit crazy because this guy here, not the bald guy, the one with the beanie on, he was a JFK conspiracist by the sounds of it, and they kept going back to Jack, kept going back to JFK, and I was like, it's got nothing to do with Jack the Ripper. I watched Courtly Jester because a couple of burger lovers were talking about how they keep saying that they're purging their dolls and then going to the thrift store and buying more, or going to markets and buying more. And yeah, so I watched a couple of them, and then it just went on to auto roll. Um, Mama Doll Boss, I enjoyed this video. Um, some of these are look at all the literally. This one is crap. This debunking evidence of guilt. I don't like that because the artwork is AI, and I'm pretty sure the script is AI and the voices are AI. And then in the comments of this video, people are writing comments, and then the account holder is responding as the defendant, literally. You know, it's real crap. Look at all all the Jack the Ripper, like you can see, I've fallen into. This is from Blue Ranger. I've fallen into the Jack the Ripper hole. I don't even think it's a rabbit hole anymore. But something I did watch was Darling Doll's tier ranking wedding Barbies because they got married. And I wouldn't mind doing one of these as well. So um, I'm considering doing that because I love wedding Barbies. And this video got me really interested and I want to engage in a way and respond. I don't know how I can respond. But I want to do my own list of wedding Barbies ranking stuff. So yeah, fun. All right, I think we're done, guys. Um, I may not do some rerouting today. We will see. We will see. But it won't be on the live, so she'll come back even more rerouted tomorrow. But this is what she is. Oh my god, what is my camera doing? Um, this is her right now. She's looking really beautiful. I've done her part, basically. Oh my god, man. Hello. Stop moving, camera. It's still moving. Stop. Okay. Yeah, so she's looking beautiful. I'm loving this color on her. Loving it. It's so cute. But anyway, that's that. That's it. That's all. That's all, folks. We're out of here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being amazing. And thank you for being my friend. No, 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 no. Down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and